Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love's the law. Love under will.
I'm Stacey Garrity, a
So,
conservative
I'm going to
businesswoman
play,
and a rap
well, a
artist.
commercial for you here,
In
apparently.
Pennsylvania.
The tavern's closing.
What the fuck? So, I want to get into the occult stuff of Legacy of Kain. A lot of what I talk about is just the story, but the people who wrote the story put a lot of work into the symbolism of the game, and I just want to go over some of that. And we're basically going to start with the beginning of Blood Omen. There's a quote that is important. So,
There is a magical operation of maximum importance. The initiation of a new aeon. When it becomes necessary to utter a word, the whole planet must be bathed in blood.
now that's the first thing you hear when you play Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. It opens up the game and kind of sets the stage for, everything that's going to happen. But it's also from some of Crowley's stuff. You're dealing. The reason I always say this is a new Aeon parable is that I'm talking about the Aeon of Horus, okay? And in the Book of the Law, it's described. He's described as a warrior god, child. Anybody that read the Book of the Law is familiar. That's not what's important in this video. What's important in this video is the connections in Legacy of Kain that I found. Like, that's what kept me digging in over the years. So, in Magic Theory and Practice, there is, a lot of references to a lot of stuff in passing, often in joke form. But I have a few things underlined here. These are excerpts from page 150 and page 510, where Raziel, the angel himself, is mentioned in Theory and Practice. Okay? And in this section, he's talking about how Hebrews have imagined that spirits are as real as a person. So it's kind of written as a mocking, but I have just certain parts, okay, excerpted here. So, they seem to have thought an archangel named Raziel was an individual being living in a definite place. He had possibly certain powers of a somewhat metaphysical order. He might be, for instance, in two places at once. If he happens to be in chains in a particular place in hell, or if some other magician is conjuring him so that he cannot come, let him send a spirit of similar nature. Okay. If you've played the game, that statement should ring bells of insight in your head. Because not only are there various forms of Raziel walking around Nosgoth, there are several swords of the Soul Reaver with his spirit being given from Mobius, stolen from Mobius to William the Just and Kain in the past to travel and fight William and cause all this, pulling Raziel, pulling the Reaver from its natural place, pulling Raziel out of its natural place. So Kain had to be given a replica of the blade from another time. Like, Raziel was still able to come, though, to both men. Okay, they were both armed with the Soul Reaver, which is just very, very interesting to me. There are stories of the Archangel Raziel being the either author or dictator of the first book ever written that banished Lilith from the presence of Adam and Eve. And there's like a spell Jewish people use, I think, to this day from the Book of Raziel, that they put on the pregnant mother, on any pregnant mother, to protect her and the unborn child. It's basically a list of angels and a reminder to Eve that she's not to touch her, nor her minions are to touch the children, which it kind of seems like in that Lilith is kind of a representation of the elder god, because by the end of it, anyone purified with the knowledge of the Reaver can see the elder god, and therefore it's just, there's a whole lot into that. I can't get into that now. That's the one quote. There's a second one that was of interest, and this has to do with the secrets that are being revealed in this game and the nature of Raziel in general. We may therefore call Raziel to evoke, we may therefore call Raziel a spirit that will tell us things that are hidden from our intellectual faculties, as in Raziel means secret of God, and in Legacy of Kain, he, aka the Soul Reaver, is what gives sight and knowledge of the Elder God, aka the false nature of everyone's reality within Nosgoth, as in the life they lead, the wheel of destiny that even Kain ascribed to, has been orchestrated by the Elder God to deceive everyone into a cycle that he controls. Israel itself means God wrestler. It comes up a lot in my studies. So here we go. Phone's ringing, people. I'll get back to more of this stuff.